Hello and welcome back. Today I'm doing this fun summery sunglass look. I hope you enjoyed the video and let's get into the tutorial. I'm starting off by prepping my face with this NYX priming spray. I love the smell of this spray, it's amazing. And of course I'm gluing my eyebrows down. I'm doing a little bit of a different method this time and running the glue through the front and the back of the hairs, and then I'm going to be brushing them up in the direction that they grow so that they'll lay nice and flat to my face. I don't particularly love doing this method because I don't like the way it pulls on my skin really hard, and you can kind of see it's like giving me wrinkles up top. It's because the wet glue is meeting the dry glue and it's tugging on my skin. With a little bit of water on my finger, I'm just starting to diffuse the edge where the glue is meeting my skin. This is going to help give a seamless look when you go to cover over the eyebrow. Fan yourself to speed along the process, and because you're extra like that. With black body paint, I'm starting to outline where those sunglasses are going to go. To get a better measurement, you can definitely lay down some tape or possibly use a ruler. I'm stubborn and I'll just go all for it. I would definitely also recommend probably using maybe an eyeshadow or a brow pencil, something to outline it instead of using black body paint. But you know, do whatever feels right for you. I do try to take my time on this and sketch it out a few times on and off camera, just so that I get it as perfect as it can be. It didn't end up coming out absolutely perfect, but that's kind of the fun of makeup and art, is it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just supposed to be fun and enjoy it. I started painting the inside of the sunglasses with this sky blue color, and then I decided later on to make it just a tad bit darker, so I would use a little bit of a dark blue mixed in with this sky blue color at first, just so you don't have to go back in and mix it again. I saved the eyelid area for last just so that you're not going to get creasing. I would actually suggest doing the eyelids all the way at the very end, like after you've already done your face, so that you don't have to keep repainting it, because that's what I have to do. Painting on my eyelids is probably my least favorite thing to do. What I'm doing here is I'm powdering my eyelids down first to get rid of any oils. And then I'm taking that color, that sky blue color, across them and trying to keep my eyes closed as much as possible, and just to let that paint dry with my eyes closed. I also fan myself in between the process of painting on my eyelids just to speed along the process. And here I am just adding a little bit of that darker blue with that sky blue just to get it to the color that I really want. It doesn't do too much of a difference, but it does darken it just a little bit to give it a little bit more realism in comparison to what pool watercolor would be. At least I feel like it does. I'm using this electric blue from the Rude Cosmetics palette and just adding a little bit of blue to the top of the eyeglasses just to make them have a little bit of shadow and give them a little bit of realism. With a fine bristle painting brush and white body paint, I'm now just drawing out the water reflective lines, and then once that dries down, white never dries down very intense, so I do go back over this about 2 or 3 times, and I don't go over my eyelid until the very end, and I would definitely suggest not going over your eyelid until probably the very end of the makeup, just because if you're like me, it tends to crack and then I have to keep redoing it. So to combat that, I would definitely just suggest doing both eyelids at the very end of your makeup. I think it'll save you some time. And all I'm doing is just drawing squiggly lines in different thicknesses. There's no reference image, just keep drawing squiggly lines, and then when you feel like it's good, move on to the other eye. This is going to be a reminder to not forget to put a shadow underneath the glasses. I can't believe I forgot to do that. And I even laid out a palette to make sure that I do it, and I still didn't do it. So take note, and please don't forget that, because it's definitely part of the illusion. Sometimes I get so excited when I'm done with a look that I completely forget about the other things that I may need to do. Once the body paint dries, I'm just tapping my eyelid with a little bit of translucent powder to soak up any oils that might be there. With a small shader brush and dark blue pigment, I'm now just putting in some dark blue into random areas in between the white lines. It is completely random, so just kind of keep adding, and then once you feel like it looks good, just move over to the other one. There's no real science to it. Here I'm just going over top of the white body paint just to give some lines a little bit more intensity so they stick out a little bit more. And with black body paint, I'm just gonna start filling in the sunglasses and make all of the lines a lot bigger and bolder. I wanted to get the lenses done first so that I could do the frames second and get a better idea of how big I wanted the frames. To get started on the face, I'm using this Bear With Me primer and sunscreen. Seems pretty appropriate for this look. With a thick concealer, I'm just covering up what was left over of my eyebrows up top, and then with another brush, I'm just gonna pat that down as lightly as I can so that I'm not moving as much product and it's staying exactly where I want it to. Off camera, I did my foundation and now I'm just bronzing up my face. This would be a great time to do the illusion underneath the sunglasses. So now is your second reminder to not forget it. To give the sunglasses a little bit of dimension, I'm adding a little bit of white body paint all around them just to, like if it had like shine marks or something on it, that's what it would represent. If you have white cream paint, it would be really great to use that because white cream paint won't dry down the intensity. But if you just have white body paint, then I would just recommend going over it about 2 or 3 times so it actually comes out nice and white. Top it off with some bold lipstick, and that's the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this fun illusion, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to give it a like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!